Milwaukee mother is gunned down in a road rage shooting. Family members say she was teaching her son how to drive when she was killed. Fox 6's Aaron Maven joins us live tonight in Milwaukee with what police say led up to this senseless shooting. Aaron?
And Stephanie, family members say Tracy Smith was a phenomenal mother. On Friday, she went out driving with her son, teaching him the rules of the road. In the process, there was some sort of fender bender. The driver of the other vehicle started shooting, and Smith never returned home. To her mother, Tracy Smith's smile was captivating.
That was her demeanor. She's a smiling person.
To her father, her personality was calming.
She's just a wonderful person, easy going.
Their oldest daughter, dedicated to her own children.
She went to work every day. She made a life for her and her sons.
Ollie and Joanne Luckett now coming to grips with their daughter being gunned down Friday afternoon.
I wake up every morning and it's like, wow, Tracy's not here.
A heartbreaking realization.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate the way things are in the city.
Family members say Smith was out teaching her son how to drive. There was a collision near 51st and Capitol.
The guy zigzagged in the street and he also hit her car. She went out to look to see what was going on.
Police say the other driver opened fire, killing Smith right in front of her son. The teen now showing strength of his own.
And when I got emotional, he was right there, you know, holding on to Grandma.
Smith was a sergeant with the Department of Corrections, serving the state for decades.
What that guy did, he just wanted to kill somebody. That's stupid.
A family grieving while holding on to a smile that shined so bright.
It's not right. It's just not right.
And Smith worked for the Department of Corrections for decades right here in this building at the secure detention facility. You can see over my shoulder that flags are at half staff. A sense of relief for her family and co-workers. A person is in custody right now and charges are expected to be filed soon. Ben and Stephanie, back to you.
Aaron Maven reporting live tonight in a very busy city of Milwaukee. Thanks, Aaron.
Good afternoon, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Wednesday, September 4th, the year is 2019. A few weeks ago, I did a post on Facebook about how I didn't feel safe living in certain neighborhoods. Living in all black neighborhoods, for some odd reason, they're dangerous. And the crime rate is sky high, and there's a lot of murders and break-ins and carjackings and rapes and assault. Living in Atlanta for 30 years, I had most of the time I lived, I was in predominantly black neighborhoods like College Park, East Point. I lived in College Park, I lived in East Point. I lived in the city of Atlanta. I lived in the Old Fourth Ward before gentrification. I lived in Stone Mountain, Lithonia, before I finally moved to Buckhead. And now I live in Grant Park. I lived in Buckhead for about a decade. So when I look at these neighborhoods and the crime, I felt safer living in a neighborhood in Buckhead than any of those black neighborhoods I lived in, because the crime was literally right there in front of my eyes. I didn't need a TV channel, news reporter to tell me what was going on. I didn't need the WSB or Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I didn't need any news channel or newspaper to know what the hell was. I was looking right at it, out my window. When I lived in the Old Fourth Ward, I would see the gunfire. I would hear the gunfire. I'd see the dead bodies. I'd see the people running around right there near my home. And this happened for years before I gave up and said, you know what, I gotta get the hell up out of Old Fourth Ward. Now the Old Fourth Ward is a much safer place neighborhood than when I lived there in the late 90s. So I was watching this report about this mother who was teaching her son how to drive. And they had a little fender bender with a gentleman in their neighborhood. The neighborhood is in Milwaukee, called Whitefish Bay. Let me see, I just pulled it up. Whitefish Bay. I don't know what that neighborhood is, but they had a mother was teaching her son how to drive. And she had a fender bender, a small car accident in Milwaukee. And the man who shot her and killed her, got out of his car and shot and killed her for no reason. No reason, other than they had a little fender bender. Now, that might seem an anomaly to a lot of you all, but I lived in South DeKalb. And when I lived out in South DeKalb in Stone Mountain in Lithonia, this was very frequent. You'd have a car accident with someone, and the person would get out of the car and shoot you dead. It happened on I-20. It happened on I-285. It happened on Memorial Drive. It happened on South Harrison Road. It happened on Reedham Road. I remember these incidents. I remember thinking, well, why would somebody get out of the car and shoot the other person? Yeah, there's always a black person shooting another black person over a car accident. I could not figure it out. So I came up with a rule that if somebody ever hit my car, I'm going to sit there in my car and wait till the police get there. I'll pull over and just sit there and wait, because I'm not going to get out of the car and confront somebody. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on with these crazy people that they would get out of a car after a car accident and shoot someone dead. And this happened very frequently. So what took place in Milwaukee is not unusual for us to get into a car accident and get so angry that we kill the other person. Why do we do this? What sense does this make? So this 35-year-old man kills this mother in front of her son. She's out. The son was driving the car, learning how to drive. Her name was Joanne Lockett, and her son was driving the car. And she got out of the car. She was a sergeant with the Wisconsin Department of Corrections, serving the state for decades. Corrections officials said Smith's contributions to the state would be felt long after but she worked for the Department of Corrections. And this man just jumps out of his car and shoots her dead right there in front of her son over a minor car accident. When I go into black neighborhoods, I'm on alert. I'm serious. I'm driving very carefully and slowly. I see cars speeding past me, driving crazy, loud music, all kinds of crazy shit. First, I drive very, very carefully, and I don't give a damn what you all say. I'm old enough to motherfucking know. When you go into these black neighborhoods, you're putting your life in danger, just driving down the motherfucking street. That's why people say, oh, come over here and join us over here. We over here, we there. I said, where is that? Oh, no, I'm not going over there. But why? I said, I'm not going over there. Like they'll be having a party someplace in some house off certain areas. I'm not like, they having a party where? At what time? No, I'm not going over there. I know better. Certain times, certain places, certain neighborhoods in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm not going past 12 midnight. I don't give a fuck what the hell going on over there. A party? I'm not going. But it's always so-and-so house. I said, well, you know what? I'll see them next time. Now during the daytime, I have a little bit more lean about certain neighborhoods, but at nighttime, and you know, gay folks just love partying at the midnight hour. A party starting at midnight? I'm like, what kind of party is this? No, I ain't going to that mess. I'm going to bed. I'm not going over there. Now, if it was in a safer neighborhood, I love when y'all say, oh, every neighborhood had problems. I lived in Buckhead and wasn't shit going on in that neighborhood. Rarely saw the police over there. We lived there for a decade. It was quiet, no break-ins, no murders, no assaults, no carjacking, no nothing. No lawnmower stolen, no nothing. When I lived down in Old Fort Ward and Lithonia and Stone Mountain, it was all kinds of mayhem and confusion. There was so much chaos out there in Lithonia, it was unreal. And when I lived in Lithonia, this was a brand new subdivision. I said, okay, I stayed in that house for 1 year. I said, get the fuck out of here, because this ain't working. It was funny because I had a neighbor who moved into the model home. He was from Detroit. He had retired from the military and bought a house. And he lived right across the street from me in what was once the model home. He's from Detroit, Michigan. He remember one day he came to Walter, this shit is worse than Detroit. I said, I didn't know it either. I didn't realize how bad it was out in Lithonia until I brought that house out there. And this was in 1997. I moved out, bought the house in 1990. I built it in 96 and moved in 1997. Now, now you can imagine what that shit like is now. Woo! I drove to that subdivision. I said, this shit was like a damn war zone. I said, I'm so glad I got that house back then. But I stayed in my house about a year, and he stayed over there just a little bit past a year. Then he had to get out of there too. It was horrible. And it was a brand new subdivision. Who would have ever guessed? Right in front of my street, people got shot and killed. A man was jogging down the street and this guy was jogging down the street, exercising, and some car drive by and they got into words or something about him jogging down the street. They shot him, killed him. Right in front of my house. This was in Lithonia. A lot of teenagers are out there doing this crime. That's another issue, but that's for a whole other video. But whenever you get these black teenagers running around committing these crimes, it's terrible. But in this case, this was a 35-year-old man who should have known better. Jumped out of a car, convicted felon. He was a convicted felon. Jumped out of the car and shot and killed this woman. He was 35 years of age, and he killed the woman. She took like 40. She was 47, and she was teaching her child how to drive. Her name was Tracy Smith. Matthew Lee Wilkes faces a count of first-degree intentional homicide and one of being a felon in possession of a gun. Now, he's already served prison time before. He jumped out the car. It just kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, so Smith's sons told police, the young woman who was killed, Tracy Smith, her son, told police he and his mother were driving to Playmakers. Playmakers, a clothing store on Fond du Lac Avenue. Fond du Lac Avenue must be something. But anyway, he said he was turning left onto Fond du Lac Avenue from North 51st Boulevard. A gold van cut in front of him from the lane to his right and collided with the front passenger corner of his car. He stopped in the intersection and the van stopped. His mother got in the passenger seat to inspect the damage. He saw Wicks open the van door, stand on the running board looking back. Smith said his mother was yelling at Wicks when he said, "Bitch, I'll kill you," before shooting her once in the chest. Smith said, "He shot me," and fell to the street. As her son and other bystanders ran to help her. Wilkes did a U-turn and headed south on 51st before turning onto Capitol Drive. Smith's son drove her to a hospital where she was pronounced dead about 35 minutes later. Now, I've repeatedly told you all about these neighborhoods where black folks live and how we don't have a problem with killing each other and harming each other. But I've been criticized about my opinions. But I plan on living. I stay out these neighborhoods with these black folks. Over here where I do live now in Grant Park, there's a grocery store across the street. I go over there. It's pretty safe. But there's two Krogers, one on Edgewood Avenue and one on Moreland Avenue. The one further down on Moreland Avenue is what I call the nigger Kroger. That's where somebody gets shot, carjacked and shot and almost killed, paralyzed at that Kroger down there on Moreland Avenue. I don't go to that Kroger's, period. I don't go down that end of Moreland Avenue. That's and that man was shot at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he was shot in that parking lot near the front doors of that Kroger. Them kids didn't give a damn. This was not no late night incident. And when that young man got shot, they stole a Mustang or something. Some car. People retrieved the car. It was a Mustang or a Camaro, but the car was retrieved a few hours later. But it was the man was paralyzed, shot and paralyzed. He had just got back he was from Iraq or Afghanistan. Only gets shot and paralyzed, almost killed, in the Kroger parking lot, a Kroger grocery store on Moreland Avenue. I don't particularly like going around places with a lot of black folks. It's just too dangerous. I don't give a damn what y'all say about these white folks and this and that. This to me, it's about my safety. Now, if you feel safe going around them niggas, then you go right on ahead. I have seen purse snatchings, carjackings, assault, fights, and this was in that Kroger grocery store, although that purse snatching did take place across the street over here at this Glenwood store. I'm in the store minding my own business. The store packed full of customers, we in there shopping. And next thing you know, we hear some woman screaming, "Stop her! Stop her!" This girl was running. You can hear them feet go. I looked, and it was this young girl had snatched some woman's purse and ran like a track star right out that Kroger store. People were trying to stop her. She was flying. All you could hear was her feet on the floor. Ran out the door, crossed the parking lot, way, and people trying to chase her. She was flying literally like a track star. That adrenaline must have kicked in because she didn't wait, and there was a car waiting at the other end of the parking lot. She jumped in the car and they sped off and took this older woman's purse. It was horrible. And the woman that they snatched the purse from was in a, you go to your grocery store and you rent those, they don't rent them, but you can drive those electric carts to do your grocery shopping in. She was in one of them. And he snatched that poor woman's purse. It was a black woman. And this was a black girl, jumped in the car with some heathens. It was just unreal. And it happened right in front of my eyes in Kroger. And it happened so fast, we was all like, what the hell going on? I'm like, okay, I didn't snatch this woman's purse. The poor woman was up there, the police came, all these police up, they got away with it. And she said they followed her from a check cashing store all the way over to it was terrible. It was not good. It was just terrible. But I know a lot of y'all are gonna say, Walter, white folks do it too. Yeah, they do. Yeah. But see, I remember, here's the deal. I've never had any issues with white folks. I've shopped at their stores, lived in their neighborhoods, never worried about shootings and robbings and carjackings and shit getting stolen. It's just weird. Just a weird, I don't know. You tell me. But when I live in black neighborhoods, bikes got stolen, lawnmower got stolen, all this shit every day, we couldn't leave that garage door open over there on Rankin Street. I live in Old Fort Ford. First night I was there, they stole the bikes. I don't know how they got hold of them damn things. We just moved into the house, they stole the damn bikes, and then they stole the lawnmower, then they stole this, and I had to put up a fence. They just stealing shit every damn. One day I had cleaned up the house, and left a mop bucket and some cleaning supplies on my side porch. Mop bucket, brand new mop bucket, cleaning supplies. So I just set it out there on the table on the porch. I said I get it in the morning. Well, in the morning time when I get up, that shit was gone. I walked out there, I said, I remember going back. I said, Earl, did you move that mop bucket? I just about to. Now, I hadn't seen a mop bucket. I looked around. They stole a mop bucket, a mop, and some cleaning supplies off my side porch. If it went nailed down, them niggas came and took it. So I had to put up a big fence and gate, electric gate, and all this shit. Now I'm just like, this is ridiculous. As a neighborhood, here's the funny part. I paid $350,000 for that house in 1998. If I had stayed in that house is worth every bit of 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, up maybe about $2 million if I had sat in that house and tolerated that horrible neighborhood. It was horrible, burned houses, trash everywhere, homeless people. It was filthy. But now, if I had sat there in the house, if I had just sat there, if I had known Old 4-4 would have cleaned up like that, who knew? Nobody knew. Yeah, if I had sat there, because they're selling townhouses for $1 million. I had a 4-bedroom, that was about 4,000 square foot house with an apartment on the back of it, a 3-car garage, something that's kind of hard to get over there. So it's probably worth about $1.5 to $2 million, depending on how they comped it out. But I had a swimming pool in the backyard, a big backyard, my own private driveway. It was an estate in the ghetto. But Old 4-4, not the ghetto no more, thanks to gentrification. I don't give a damn what y'all say about gentrification. Gentrification has made Atlanta safer and better. Gentrification makes neighborhoods safer. I don't give a damn what y'all say. People say, I like gentrification. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Shit, you don't see these nice grocery stores and pretty groceries and flowers planted and safe neighborhoods. And what's wrong with gentrification, y'all? Because here's the deal. Before gentrification came to the Old 4-4, it was a filthy slum neighborhood with a sprinkling of houses where developers were trying to improve the neighborhood. Niggas would come over there and say, I remember people telling me, I would never visit you in this neighborhood. It was rough. I knew to get home before the sun went down, locked the doors, I had floodlights all over the damn house. When I moved up to Buckhead, and white folks were shocked. I had that my house because I went up to Buckhead, with the same mentality. I put floodlights all over that damn house. They were like, so I looked at everybody else's house, dark and quiet. So I'm going to turn off my floodlights. I don't need to have them up here. I just had a little porch light up there. But it took me a minute to get used to that because I was so used to having so much light down there on Rankin Street. I had lights everywhere on that damn house. As a matter of fact, I had them lights set. The lights were set to come on. As soon as the sun would go down and lights right up that damn house, you had to. You couldn't pull up to the house in the darkness. Please, you get killed out there. So, it's unfortunate. But as black people, we have to begin thinking about our futures. It'd be nice to live in some of these black neighborhoods. It sounds nice on paper. Until you get down there and your air conditioning condensers get stolen, your back door or front door gets kicked in, all your electronics get stolen while you at work. You trying to drag your groceries in, you dodging bullets. People trying to steal your car out your driveway. People didn't stole your car out your driveway. I don't know. Over in Niggerville is dangerous. It's deadly. Niggas are deadly. You have to make a decision, do you want to live in that environment or not? I made a decision, I don't want to live in that environment. In fact, this will probably be the last place that I rent where I live, and I'm moving to a high rise. You know, and I was out looking at units and apartments, so I met this black chick, and she said, Walter, you need to be in a high-rise. She was begging me to rent this high-rise. She was this apartment. She was telling me all the security they had over their cameras. And she said, this is the safest place you can be. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to really go through all that drama. Parking in the parking garage, getting on the elevator, going up to my unit, dragging my groceries in. But when I look back on it, I see what she was saying. It is safer. It's a whole lot safer because they have control of who comes in. They literally sitting there at the security booth. They have security there watching who's coming in and out of this building. In high rise, they know who's coming and who knows going. And you can't get out in there without passes, and you got to back. It's just a lot more security. But where I'm living at now, it's a gated community. It's a gated townhouse community. It's gated apartments and townhouses in here. But anybody can get in there. Half the time, the gate broke. You know, people just drive in, and you know, it's no big deal. So I don't know. I try to make sense of everything, all of it. I just hate the fact that this woman lost her life. And that this man felt the need to kill her, shoot and kill her over nothing, a car accident. What's the point? And this happens frequently in our communities, and we won't say one word. But it had to have been a police officer who shot and killed that woman. We'd be raising hell now. But the fact that this convicted felon, a man who'd been in prison for drug charges and back and forth, shot and killed, we ain't heard a word about this crime. Nothing. And you won't hear about it either. The only reason why some of you all are hearing about it is because I'm posting it in this video. This woman should not have lost her life over a car accident. At worst, they would have gave him a ticket. Was he high on drugs? Was he drunk? Was he high? What was going on that he felt the need to kill this woman, shoot her dead over a car accident? I don't get it. Like I said, I stay out of certain neighborhoods. And I don't know Milwaukee. I haven't been in Milwaukee, Wisconsin since I was a little kid. But I know Milwaukee is a dangerous ass city. That I do know. And I have relatives that live there, and that shit ain't no damn joke. So, when I wish that I could live in a black neighborhood and feel safe. I've tried upscale. I've tried all kinds of communities. It's just, I have friends who live in Guilford Forest in Atlanta. They had to hire their own security officers out there. Crime has gotten so bad out there. People getting shot and killed in their own driveway in Guilford Forest, which is a very upscale subdivision in Cascade, which is in southwest Atlanta. Multi-million-dollar homes. And they're not safe. But they did the right thing to finally hire security. You always say Guilford Forest should have been a gated community. They built it to be gated, but they didn't want to pay for all that security. And they should have went on and gated that subdivision and slapped some guards up there. That would have eliminated that problem. Because they've had burglaries and break-ins and assaults and all kinds of shit in Guilford Forest. So they've had murders, a couple of murders down there. Those of you who know Guilford Forest and you know that neighborhood down there. I always wanted to live in Guilford Forest, but now they can keep them big mansions down. I don't want nothing the other side of that. Nothing. So, I don't know. I know a lot of y'all, I can see the comments now. But I just can't do these black neighborhoods no more. I refuse to put my life in danger while I'm going grocery shopping. While I'm stopping at the dollar store to get some Tide on sale. I'm coming out and they niggas come want my car. Or they want my iPhone. Or they want my wallet and everything else. Yeah, or that Tide detergent I just drug out the damn dollar store. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. When I lived up there in Buckhead, it was safe. There were never any incidents at that Kroger up there that I went to on Peachtree Street. They never had a problem with crime up there. The grocery store was clean. The people were there, and it was never an issue. But again, maybe that's just my thoughts, my opinions. Like I said, I don't need the news media to tell me nothing about black neighborhoods. I've lived in neighborhoods. I don't need Channel 2 News, WSB, AJC. I don't need y'all to tell me shit. I know all about these black neighborhoods. I've lived in them. I've driven through them. I know how dangerous they are. And you all can live in a fantasy world, but I'm going to stay firmly rooted in reality. And I'm not going to them nigga neighborhoods no more. I'm done. Unless it's going through gentrification, then I will move there. Because I know it's going to be some white folks coming in planting flowers and painting and cleaning up that shit and opening up a nice coffee house up the street instead of the niggas across the street. I lived in the old, when I moved into Rankin Street, I'll make this quick though. When I first moved onto Rankin Street in 1998, 98? Yeah, 98. There was a crack house across the street from me and a trap house next door. So they were trapping next door to me, and across the street was a crack house where these crackheads were hanging out and stuff. This is the neighborhood. Burned up houses, homeless people, trash everywhere. People literally driving down the street, just dump their trash. Old mattresses, filth, just mattresses, couches, just throw it out there on the street in these vacant lots. So, of course, we had to go over there and clean this shit up because we live there. So I would go on the weekends, I'd try to clean up as best I could because we know the next week they're going to throw it out there again. So it's like, so I had a pickup truck, so I had some Mexicans, we pick it up, take it to the trash dump up there. And I was like, this is crazy. It was filthy. So the police finally shut the crack house down next door, forced that guy to sell it. I bought that house. You know, because the guy was renting it to these damn these people using the trap house. He was forced to sell it. They arrested the woman across the street. It was a lot. They came through and cleaned it up. The police came in there and made a bunch of arrests. And it was all over the news. And, I was just like watching the news. Oh my God, it's right across the street. And I look out the window and say, oh yeah, that sure is right there. Ooh. So they made a bunch of arrests. And so the landlords were forced to sell these properties, all by some white folks, of course. So I bought the house next door after negotiating with this white man. He owned the house, and I had to buy it from his ass, and he wanted a mint for it. So I just said, I got to buy this house because I can't take this damn no more. I had to get it. I lived next door. I paid him for that damn house. I was like, I paid a lot of money for the raggedy house. Paid it up, and I sold it. People like you. I remember people saying, you're not going to be able to flip that house. Well, that was the first house I flipped, the house right next door to me. And they were like, ain't nobody going to buy that house. You might just rent it out and keep it. I wish I had rented it out and kept it down, but I cleaned it up and sold it. Sold within a few weeks. So anyway, today it is Wednesday. This is September 4th, the year 2019. I look forward to reading you all's comments and views about the video and this woman who was shot and killed in front of her son, unfortunately teaching him how to drive a car, and this crazy man comes along and shoots her dead for no problem, for no reason other than a finger bender that he created. But anyway, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Wednesday. Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. I'm out of here. Have a good night.